Good evening, everybody. Everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube at the Carl's Conversations channel. Thank you for those who will tune in, who will see this. I'm just going to do a very quick video, just a few minutes. I just want to talk about getting involved. Today, my wife and I had the opportunity to be involved again in a local march, a demonstration for the Black Lives Matter movement. We have been involved recently, and we are so fulfilled with being able to be impactful in this movement. And I want to encourage my peers and even the peers of my children. My children are from 19 years old to 29 years old. I want to encourage us to get involved and stay involved. Um, so much going on in our nation. And we know that historically and systemically, Black people have not been treated fairly in this country. And I don't know about you, but the entire game got amped up to another level when I saw the video of that policeman's knee on Mr. George Floyd's neck. Oh man, that was not good. That was not good at all. Uh, I avoided for years getting involved with organizations because there were so many things that I disagreed with. I wouldn't mess with the NAACP. I wouldn't mess with a lot of other local stuff because there were so many things that I just couldn't stomach. Maybe it's growth on my part. Maybe it is the intensity of the moment. But I have decided to lay those things aside and get involved because this is an urgent matter. There are so many grassroots organizations all over this country that you can get involved in. And if you don't like what you see, you can start your own. I live in Stafford, Virginia, and I'm involved with two groups. One is called Stafford Black, the other is called Enough, pound sign Enough. These are closed groups. You have to be invited to be a part of them. So if you're interested, please hit my inbox. For those who have my phone number, you can text me. If not, you can always go to Facebook and hit me on the inbox and I'll send you some information. But I'm proud of the work that we're doing. We are impactful. It's not just rallies and marches, but we are having conversations with local officials, the county board of supervisors, the sheriff, not only in Stafford, but we're working down in Fredericksburg also, the school boards, uh, many elected officials, people who need to hear from us about us. And we are so serious about making change. And when it comes to our elected officials, if we can't change their minds, we will change their seats. And I keep saying this to myself and to my little circle. And I say it to any of you who will take a moment to look at this video. We can't get tired. All of this will die down as far as the open demonstration in the streets in time. Most likely, it will die down. We can't get tired. We can't just go home when it's not time to picket. We have to show up at the school board meetings. We have to show up at the city council meetings. And if you have county government, the county board of supervisors meetings, we have to show up. We have to show up to the polls. There are local elections happening during this season, and many locales around the state of Virginia and many other states too. You need to be voting for your local dog catcher, all that local stuff, board of supervisors, or anything that is an electable office. where you live. You need to be involved in that. Those things have an impact. Many of you going to be voting on police reform. There are some things that are available for police reform. Please, please, please take the time to get involved, to read and understand what the issues are in your local region, in your state, and please get involved. There's no excuse not to. You don't have to have huge portions of time. There's something that you can do to add to the fight. I'm a member of 4 organizations now that are doing good, positive work. Uh, and so, listen, anything that I can do, I'm going to do. We have to make this better. We have to change the way that black folks are treated in America. And if you don't think that we're mistreated, I'm just not sure what you're watching. Maybe you just don't understand. So I just wanted to get on to say those things. We need to be involved. Your silence is not the answer. And I'm not just talking to us folks. I'm not just talking to black folks, mainly talking to us. I've said this before and I say it again to all of my Caucasian brothers and sisters. If you really care, get involved. Don't just post something on your social media and go on with your life as usual. Get involved. You're going to have those difficult conversations with your circle of influence, with your family, with your friends. Those racist jokes, you got to correct that. Those racial biases in hiring and how we treat people, you're going to have to be the one to say something. And as much as I pray for police who have a very dangerous job, have a very difficult job, and I do respect law enforcement, but I don't respect some of what I see. And it is disrespectful for you law enforcement officers who know who the racists are, who the overly aggressive are, who the biased are on your police force, and you say nothing. It's disrespectful. And something hit me today while I was at that rally. Uh, the term righteous indignation. When you think about what's going on, when you think about the heart of the racist and some of these things that systemically are in place that are unfair to us, I wonder how many of these people who are in the system, who perpetrate those negative things, I wonder how many of them call themselves Christians. For the ones who don't, I get it, especially the ones who don't know God at all. I get it. But for the ones that call themselves Christians, how do you spit on what God has created? We were made in His image. His image. How do you treat people like that who are made in the image of God, who are beautifully and wonderfully made? If God loves us, what is your problem? And you got a God problem when you mistreat people. You got a God problem when you hate people. You got a God problem when you turn your back on people. You got a God problem when you see wrong and don't correct it. Righteous indignation. I have a lot of that. But I'm not just going to let it sit. This fire that's burning inside of me, I don't think it's going to be quenched. And I'm hoping that others, my peers, I hope you catch on fire for this movement. It's beyond time. Our parents marched, grandparents. We saw the extreme abuses during the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s and into the 70s. We read about it. We've heard stories about it in our family gatherings. And here we are again. So, like I said, I don't want to make this a long video, but I'm encouraging you, I'm imploring you, get involved. Find a group that you can be a part of, and you can help push our desires forward so that we get our desires and our demands in front of policymakers and lawmakers so we can change this. If you don't get involved, then you can't complain. If you don't vote, you can't complain. And I'm hoping that one thing that's going to be added to this is the restoration of voter rights for convicted felons. I've always had a problem with that. I understand they may not be able to vote while they're incarcerated, but once your incarceration is over, you're a member of free society. And so I'm hoping that as we move through this, that we'll also make that one of our demands. We got to change these state laws. When these men and women come out of prison, they can vote. You've done the crime, you've been convicted, you served your time, man, you can't vote forever? Not right. Not right. So listen, y'all, get involved. Find somewhere to work to use your time and your talents. You have talents. You have talents that these groups can use. And if you don't see what you like, you make a group. You lead. Let's do something besides talk trash. Let's do something besides mumble under our breath. Let's do something except just being angry. Let's get involved. That's my message. Let's do something. If you're looking for a group, you live in Northern Virginia area, hit me up. I got something for you. God bless you till next time. Bye bye.